A third reason, I think, for viewing the church as New Covenant Israel, as the form that Israel takes under the New Covenant, is this. Have you guys ever noticed how many terms and titles that are used in the Old Testament specifically to describe Israel, the people of God, that in the New Testament are applied to the church? And I think that you need to think about this a little bit.
Okay, again, terms have general meanings. So you have to take in the general meaning and you have to understand it then in the context. So it doesn't matter that terminology, the same term is being used. So this really is a bad argument.
Because here you have Jewish authors, Peter, Paul, John, James, Matthew. You have Jewish authors taking the language that was specifically applied to Israel in the Old Testament and just willy-nilly applying it to the church and doing it as though it's the most natural thing in the world. That's the thing that strikes me. And I'm just going to give you some instances. For instance, throughout the Old Testament, the people of Israel are described as God's own people, God's treasured possession, God's special possession. Well, you probably remember how in Exodus chapter 19, verse 6, God said, you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Very specific language. What do we find Peter saying in the New Testament, writing to Christians? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, he says that Christians are, quote, a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own people, that you may declare the wonderful deeds of him who called you out of darkness and into his marvelous light.